I met a promotora from El Buen Samaritano. She introduced me to all the services that El Buen provide. One of it was the food pantry, and based on the needs, she referred me to the food pantry, and I started utilizing those services.
When I first came to El Buen, I was in a situation very difficult. I didn't know English, and I was working in a place where I didn't like it.
El Buen helped me with my reading because I was a slow reader, so it helped me, and when I started school I was ready. I already know my numbers, my shades, the alphabet. I started coming here when I was 2.
We obviously based the beginnings of El Buen Samaritano based on perceived needs. There are a number of people who have a safety net in terms of food stamps and health programs and services, but we wanted especially to help those people that came out of the criteria for assistance, literally people who fell between the cracks. We had volunteers who were anxious to serve, people that they ordinarily would not come in contact with. In essence, El Buen brokered, connecting the perceived need of the people that we worked with those people who needed and wanted a volunteer outlet to help.
I have been volunteering at El Buen for about 7 years now. The moment I arrived here, I knew that the place that I had come to had a mission to do something with this community, and I didn't know what it all entailed, but I knew that I wanted to be a part of that. I wanted to be part of that change.
What drove me to come to El Buen Samaritano was its commitment to the population and its focus on the full formation of the human being, including the spiritual component.
I've been volunteering at El Buen Samaritano for 8.5 or 9 years. When I first started at El Buen Samaritano, we were in a little tiny building across the street from the La Mexicana bakery down off of South First Street. And when I used to chart, I would chart in this little tiny office that was filled with books and urine samples. And there were urine samples all around me.
Hace 17 años me di cuenta que estaba embarazada. No tenía seguro médico. Era muy difícil encontrar una clínica, pero gracias a una amiga me di cuenta de la clínica del Buen Samaritano.
I didn't have any insurance. My wife got pregnant, and we ended up using the clinic services too. By doing that, I also found out that I had the opportunity because they offered the ESL classes. So I took the chance, and throughout that time, the job opportunity came up, and I took the chance too. And that's how I ended up working over here at Buen Samaritano. And by using every single services that they have, here I am working, and with all the success and knowledge that I have got from them, I feel great, and thanks to Buen Samaritano for all the services that they offer.
They helped me to learn English. All that I know in English is because El Buen. I had a very great experience, not only learning English, but also to see how my child was learning as well, along with me. And that was very, very exciting for me because I wanted to help her, and I was doing both things at the same time. I was learning, I was getting what I wanted so I can get a better job, and also my child was learning as well. We were learning together, and that was a very great experience. I think it's something that a mom can understand very well. I do still remember many of my teachers. They are great, and they are very helpful, and they care for the students. If the students do care, doing homework, trying to learn the most they can. So to learn English is not only the teacher, it's not just the teacher job, it's a teamwork, teacher and student. And I can tell you that El Buen is the best place that I could find here in Austin.
And reading buddies, they taught me about plot, summary, setting, and the message. And now in school, they're talking all about that, and I already know it because El Buen teach me. And some of my classmates say, "Why does Anita get 100%? So I think it went a lot of times.
We wanted to be a community-based organization in an area that was not being served. We married the concept of the human needs and the gap of services in South Central Austin with the vision of having an Episcopal presence in the Hispanic community in the South Austin area. And in with that move came San Francisco de Asís. The great benefit of San Francisco is that they brought energy and volunteers. They were concerned about the great homeless population in our vicinity. And so out of that grew the idea of a hot meal. First, they started to serve the people out of their trunks, out of their car trunks. And then we gradually brought the people into the Rock House and we began to serve them there. And thank goodness there was an additional little house right next to us that was part of the property that became the beginnings of the health clinic.
These are working people, salt of the earth. You know, they are kind and respectful, and they actually do what I tell them to do, which I don't know if you've ever practiced medicine, but about 80% of my other patients don't do what I ask them to do.
Certainly one of the underlying motivations and the continuing passion that I have for El Buen is that it meets not only the physical needs, the human needs of the people in need, but also the spiritual component, the spiritual needs. And that's why El Buen was a good combination of meeting the human concern as well as the soul, the spirit concern.
I see El Buen going to building a better future. We have great people that are here and that actually care. See, that's the main thing. You have to care, and El Buen Samaritano definitely cares, and that's the reason why I'm here.
I do very much believe in that it takes a village to raise a child, and coming here every day you see the village at work. The difference between the village that we talk about in this village is that it's not a single tribe. There's many tribes and they look different and they are different.
The one student that has impacted my life as an instructor, I would have to say is Juan Rosa. He was one of my first students here at El Buen, and from the very get-go I had a great relationship with him. He had a goal, he had something to accomplish for himself. I'm proud of the fact that I was able to be an influence, a positive influence in his life, in his education, in his progress as a person even. We've become really good friends, and he's a great guy, and I'm very, very proud of him, and I know that he's going to go far.
Based on what I learned, now I'm the Healthy Living Coordinator, and I can take all the knowledge that I have out to the community to present them all the services that El Buen Samaritano offers, the food pantry, the clinic, the ESL, all the services that we have. You know, I gained so much knowledge on that I feel so good by taking it out to the community and being able to explain them on one-on-one if that's necessary. It makes me feel good that I gain all that knowledge that I can utilize it now to bring back to the community.
5 years ago, I shared my story with you at El Buen Samaritano's 20th anniversary gala. At that time, I was at the Austin Community College. Now I'm enrolled at the University of Texas at Austin. I am in my third year towards my bachelor degree of electrical engineering. One of the best things that's happened because of El Buen is that my children are very excited about school, and they do value the education, and everything started at El Buen. By learning, just by the single step of taking the decision to learn English. El Buen gave me the educational foundation to pursue my dream of a better life.